where Bhagat Kabeer ji is describing this inner fort that each one of us has. To get to God, we have to conquer this fort and capture the rebel king. Each one of us. And there's no shortcut. There's no saying, oh, I don't have to go there. We all have to. Whether we fight in a worldly battle or not, this battle is compulsory. There's no option. This inner fort is so strong, is so hard to get to, that the irony is we create it. We can make it weaker, we can make it stronger. क्यों लीजिए गढ़ बंका पाई, दोवर कोट और तेवर खाई. How can I conquer this inner fort which has double the walls? You've seen castles with big stones as walls, very hard to break. And Bhagat Kabeer is saying these are double the strength, but they're not stones of mortar. These are dover coat, your doubts. When you think कि गुरुजी सच कह रहे हैं, does God really exist? That doubt is strengthening the inner fort, his walls. And Tevar Khai, the moat round castles, as you see the castles in a worldly plan, this inner castle has a moat, very deep moat, existing of the three qualities that all mortals live within. Rajo, Tamo, Sato. Rajo is the lower base condition that most people live in. That is lust, greed, and all the basic things. Rajo is slightly higher, but still you are attached to the world. You still want things. And Sato is the third stage where you have developed good qualities, virtues, charitable, compassionate, but they are still part of these worldly three qualities. They're not divine. So even if you develop these, the third stage, which is obviously you have to go to that to get the next stage, you can still not win. Because if you think they are mine, then that moat is getting deeper and deeper. पांच पचीस मोह मद मत्सर आडि परवल माया, जन गरीब को जोर न पहुंचे, कहां करो रगराया. Bhagat Kabeer ji is saying the 5 sins, the 5 evils, the 25 sort of categories you can describe. Pride, attachment, and all these weaknesses are the army of this fort. And their defense, their shield is Maya itself. Adi Parvalma. Adi means a form of defense, either as a trench or shield that they fight. So when you ever try to attack these, right, that shield is Maya, the illusion. It stops you winning. Very few even realize there's a battle to fight inside. And even fewer than them understand the battle. But Gurwani spells out clearly what this battle is. And then to describe the castle, Bhagat Kabeer says, Kam Kavari, Dukh Sukh Darwani, Papun Darwaja, Krodh Pradhan Maha Bad Dundar Te Manavasi Raja. He says, lust again appears. It's the gatekeeper. It's in control of the gates. And it is in charge of the gates. The gatekeepers are sorrow and dukh sukh, sorrow and happiness. And the gates the actual gates are pav te pun. we commit sins and we make good actions. And yet, both of them are the gates to this castle that we have to conquer. Even our good actions are part of that castle.
And they're linked, aren't they?
Yes, because even doing good, you can have pride inside you. So you're still part of that castle. And the sad part is, or the hard part is, that rebel king which lives in that castle, his major commander is anger, krodh. If all fails, if you win them all, krodh will still be there. And I have seen by my own experience, and I am just as guilty or weak in that when you are your least protected, somebody upsets you, then anger comes out like madness. And you can't even think then, what did I go angry for? What did I do that? For years you could sort of say, oh, I think I've controlled it. It just needs 1 second to come out. I've seen Gursikhs who do loads of part, much more than I have ever done. And when somebody upset them, that was it. Bang! It was curses all over. So, that rebel king, his commander-in-chief is krodh. And krodh does not lose easily. Krodh Pradhan Maha Bardundar. It is very, very powerful. Why? Because it only strikes now and then. It strikes when you're at your least, when you're weak. It will then strike. The rebel king, who is the mind, has his commander-in-chief as anger. So anybody who is in anger, you can basically say his commander-in-chief is in charge. He has got he got a diddly-squat clue about what he's doing. Because commander-in-chief is now telling him, I'm here to protect the mind, don't you worry about it, you're not going to take him over. He's safe with me.
Yeah, and doubt must also exist there as well. Then.
What?
Doubt must also exist.
Oh yeah, I mean, anger destroys all your qualities, and so everything comes back. See, when anger strikes, it doesn't just strike because it's a momentary thing. It actually pushes you back. That's what Guru says, Kaam Krodh, Kaya ko gale, yo kanchan suhaga tale. Lust and anger actually destroy the body, and so everything comes back near enough. In other words, what Krodh says to the mind, commander-in-chief, is saying, don't you worry about it. You will not lose. He will not capture you, because I'm here. If all the rest fail, I will strike, then they'll all have strength again. I will make him weak again. So therefore, the others can strike now, and I'll just sit back then. Until when they're weakened again, then I strike. He gets weak, they can strike again. So it's an ongoing battle that nobody wants to fight, because it's inside. There's no outside battle. And if the commander-in-chief is defeated, if there's a spiritual warrior who's managed to do that, still got a problem. Because the mind itself has the rebel king, has his own armor. It has his own protection. It has his own weapons. Shabad snao top mamta ko kabuddh kaman chadai tisna teer hai kat pitar eon gad liyo na jai. The mind's armor is our longing for tastely things, our taste buds. We want tasty things. And if the missus makes something that we don't like, commander-in-chief comes out. Didn't you know I don't like that food? What's the matter with you, woman? I've told you before, I do not want this food. And he doesn't even think what he's doing, because he don't even have a clue about his battle. All he's interested in is his food. And the commander-in-chief is saying, yeah, just one strike and you're down.